All right, welcome back. We are looking at Algebra 1, 1-2, and we are going to fill in this chart. If you don't have the handout, it's okay. You can do it on a regular piece of paper, no problem. But let's get into this. So what we're going to do on this section of the chapter, we're going to evaluate expressions. Remember, expression does not have an equal sign. That would be an equation. So we're looking at expressions. So if we're going to evaluate them, first we're going to substitute the given value for each variable, and that'll make sense in a minute. In step 2, we're going to use the proper order of operations. Here is our order of operations. So the first thing we look at when we are evaluating an expression or an equation for that matter, we're going to look at parentheses first. And then exponents. Then we are going to do multiplication. And division. Then we will do addition and subtraction. Subtraction. Now, oh gosh. Subtraction. That's a little messy, but there. It says subtraction. Now, multiplication and division, these are the same step. You can do multiplication and division in whatever order. It's the same thing that you're doing. So multiplication and division is the same step. Also, addition and subtraction, same step as well. Now, when you do addition and subtraction, go left to right. Save yourself some headaches for that. All right, so all of this stuff, blah, 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 a bunch of words. Let's try to do some examples here so that we can figure out what all this means. So first, I've got 16 minus 8 divided by 2 squared plus 14. Okay, so step 1 here says substitute the given value for each variable. I don't have any variables here. I just have numbers. So I'm going to go straight to step 2, and I'm going to look for parentheses. I don't have any parentheses here. Okay, exponents. I do have exponents right here. So I'm going to do that first. 16 minus 8 divided by 2 times 2, so 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 14. All right, exponents are done. Let's do multiplication and division. All right, so I've got some division going on here. 16, I'm going to keep this negative here, minus 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2 plus 14. And now I'm going to add and subtract left to right. So I'm going to go 16 minus 2 is 14. And then I still have this plus 14 here, equals 28. So now let's do a couple U-tries together down here at the bottom. So you guys are going to do these. I'm going to write these down. There's 2 of them. There are 2 of them. Follow PEMDAS. Notice how it says PEMDAS here, P-E-M-D-A-S, PEMDAS. So follow PEMDAS as you evaluate these expressions. So you try 3 plus 42 times 2 minus 5, 20 minus 7 plus 8 squared minus 7 times 11. Okay, so pause and get to work on these 2 expressions. All right, let's do these together here. Let's see how you did. So first I go to my, I see that I don't have any variables in either of these, so I'm not going to worry about that step 1 there. But step 2, I am going to look at this one first. So I don't see any parentheses. I don't have any exponents, so I'm going to go straight to multiplication and division because I have multiplication here, but no division. So I've got 3 plus 42 times 2, which is 84, minus 5. Now, I don't have any division, so I'm going to add and subtract left to right. 3 plus 84 is 87, minus 5 equals 82. So that's that one. Hopefully you got that one right. Next one, I don't have any parentheses, but I do have exponents. So I went P, now E, exponents. Right here, I've got to do that by itself. So 20 minus 7 plus 8 squared is 8 times 8. So that'll get me 64 minus 7 times 11. All right, so I've done my exponents. Now multiplication and division. I don't have any multiplication or division until I get right here. There's some multiplication happening right there. So 20 minus 7 plus 64 minus 7 times 11, which is 77. Now all I have left is addition and subtraction, so I'm just going to do that left to right. 20 minus 7 is 13, plus 64 minus 77. 13 plus 64 is 77, minus 77 equals 0. Nice. So some common problems here is subtracting the 7 before you multiply. That's a big deal, and that's probably the main mistake that someone might make. So you need to make sure you do the 8 times 8 here, and then the 7 times 11, then just left to right subtraction and addition. All right, going to the other side of this page, of this packet here. We're just going to do some more examples. So let's make it a little bit more complicated here. 4 divided by 2 plus 5 times 10 minus 6. So remember from the other page, we had PEMDAS. Now step 1 was substitute given value. We're going to do that pretty soon, but we're not quite there yet. Now, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. That's what we're going to do now. Parentheses was first. So 10 minus 6, I got to do that. That's 4. So I've got 4 divided by 2 plus 5 times 4. Now, the next thing after parentheses was exponents. I don't have any exponents here. Now multiplication and division. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Plus 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Now it's addition and subtraction. 20 plus 2, or 2 plus 20 is 22. Let's have you guys do some. All right, I've got 3 for you to do now. 5 times 4 times 10 minus 8 plus 20. 15 minus, now I've got this special bracket. You'll see that what that means in just a second. Plus, times 15 minus this bracket here. 10 plus 3 minus 2 squared, hard bracket, plus 6. And one more, 4 plus 5 squared over 3 times 7 plus 4. Okay. Now let me explain these just a little bit, and then I'll tell you to pause, okay? So for this one, remember, do your parentheses before you do multiplication and addition and subtraction, right? Do what's in your parentheses first. Now this one has 2 sets of parentheses. We've got this set here, and we've got this set here. So this hard bracket deal is just the parentheses written a little bit differently so that you know which one is inside of which one. So do inside the parentheses, then do the exponents in here, then you do the bigger parentheses, and then addition and subtraction, and then if there's multiplication, do that before, right? And then for this one, remember, you do the parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication, division. Okay, pause now. All right, let's see how you did. So for this one, I'm going to go into the parentheses first. 10 minus 8 is 2, so 5 times 4 times 2 plus 20. Now, this is this 4 and then multiply. This is 4 times 2. That's what these, when it's right next to the parentheses, that's what's happening here, right? So I can go 5 times 4 is 20, times 2 is 40. So I'm going to multiply all those together, or I can say 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 5 is 40. I could even go 5 times 2 is 10, times 4 is 40. Anyway, if it's all multiplication, you can do it in whatever order you want. So anyway, 20 times 2 is 40, plus 20 equals 60. All right, let's do this one. A little bit more complicated here, but 3 minus 2 is 1. All right, I'm going to rewrite that. 15 minus 10 plus 1 squared plus 6. Okay, what's 1 times 1? That's 1 squared. 1 times 1 is 1. So 10 plus 1 plus 6, 15 minus all that. I should switch this to the regular parentheses now because I don't have any of those left anymore. So now I've got 15 minus, I do the parentheses here, 10 plus 1, which is 11, plus 6. 15 minus 11 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. So that's how that one goes. Looks pretty messy, but if you take it one step at a time, it's not so bad. And the last you try here, this one, is I'm going to just kind of go to the side here. 4 plus 5 is 9, so I've got 9 squared. Now, you might notice that I draw my 9s differently than you might. If you see in this G-looking thing, it's a 9. You might draw a 9 like that. I draw a 9 like this. That's just the way I learned it, and I like it better than that. So anyway, there it is, 9 squared. Now, 7, oh, I'm sorry, this should have been 7 minus 4. Oh no, I put 7 plus 4. Well, I'm going to change it because it's going to work way better if it's 7 minus. Sorry, 7 minus 4. I don't know how that happened. So, sorry, you might have got a weird answer. 7 minus 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And so now I have 9 times 9 divided by 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. 81 divided by 9 equals 9. You might also just go like this and then go like that if you're up for that. You might not be ready for that, but that's one way to do it. Sorry about that plus minus thing. It happens sometimes. Okay, if you had done plus, you would have had 11 times 3, which is 33, and you would have had 81 over 33, which is, if you divide each of these by 3, then you get what? 27 elevenths? 27 elevenths? Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So if you would have done it with, yeah, so that's the way to get it too. But I don't like that one as much. Sorry about that. All right, last little bit. Evaluate the expressions. This blank here should be algebraic. So remember earlier when we talked about algebraic expressions, it has a letter in it. So if it's algebraic, it means it has a letter. So here's your example. Evaluate this. 3x squared plus 2y plus z cubed if x equals 4, y equals 5, and z equals 3. So you'll see this kind of problem on the homework. Remember, what is step 1 in evaluating expressions? Substitute the given value for each variable. So each of these letters is a variable. X, Y, and Z, those are variables. These are the values of each variable. X equals 4, Y equals 5, Z equals 3. So we're going to just plug those into those spots, and then we'll evaluate the expression. So 3 times X is 4, plus 2 times Y, which is 5, plus 3, which is Z cubed. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm videoing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
It's okay.
sorry.
It's all right.